the return of a Canadian institution. Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling is back. Tell a friend. Sold out crowd shaking.
It's Fat Tuesday, or as the French call it, Mardi Gras. And while most people think of beads, booze, and king cake, this party has some serious history. Dating back to medieval Europe, it was brought to the United States by French settlers in Louisiana as the ultimate pre-Lenten feast before the fasting season begins. Today, New Orleans takes the crown with its legendary parades, jazz-fueled street parties, and masked revelers turning the city into a non-stop celebration. But beyond the glitter and wild costumes, it's about community, tradition, and indulging while you can because, let's face it, humans have never needed much of an excuse to throw a party. Speaking of indulgence, 1.4 million visitors pour into the Big Easy each year for Mardi Gras, bringing in nearly $900 million in revenue. But all that partying, it comes at a cost. After the parades, the streets are littered with nearly 100,000 pounds of beads. That's why a group of researchers is working on a biodegradable version, ensuring that the good times can keep rolling without trashing the planet. Because nothing kills a party vibe faster than thinking about all that plastic waste. Well, Mardi Gras might be about letting loose, but when the party's over, getting quality sleep becomes a priority, especially if you want to bounce back from all the festivities. And according to longevity expert Dr. Peter Attia, good sleep isn't just about what happens at night. It starts with how you spend your day. Attia emphasizes key habits that set you up for deep, restorative sleep. Regular exercise to regulate your body's rhythms. Morning sunlight exposure to reinforce your sleep-wake cycle. And smart eating habits. So maybe rethink that late-night king cake snack. Alcohol, even a little, can disrupt deep sleep and REM cycles. And managing stress throughout the day, that's a game changer for preventing those restless, racing thoughts at night. The takeaway, well, a good night's sleep is built long before your head hits the pillow. So, whether you're recovering from Mardi Gras or just trying to optimize your health, how you move, eat, and manage stress during the day determines how well you rest at night. And after a good night's sleep, what's better than waking up to a little nostalgia? If you have ever screamed "You Oughta Know" in your car like it was a personal anthem, get ready. Alanis Morissette is bringing that same angst and energy to Las Vegas. The icon is launching her first ever residency at Caesar's Palace, running for 8 nights from October 15 through November 2. If Jagged Little Pill still lives rent-free in your soul, now's your chance to belt it out under the neon lights. And while we're on the subject of Canadian legends who have shaped our pop culture landscape, let's talk about Catherine O'Hara, the comedy queen who turns 71 today. Whether she's delivering deadpan brilliance in Beetlejuice, dropping Moira Rose's iconic lines in Schitt's Creek, or shaping sketch comedy on SCTV, O'Hara's been a force for decades. She is a master of the unexpected accent, a pioneer of absurdity, and honestly, a national treasure in 2 countries. Happy birthday, Ms. O'Hara. May your wig stay fabulous and your comedic timing remain unmatched. Well, O'Hara and John Candy were both alum of Toronto's Second City comedy troupe, and they shared the screen in several projects throughout their careers. Notable collaborations include Second City Television, aka SCTV, from 1976 to 1984. It was a sketch comedy series where both showcased their comedic talents, contributing to various memorable sketches. And then, of course, there's Home Alone, which was released in 1990. In this holiday classic, O'Hara portrayed Kate McAllister, the mother of the protagonist, while Candy he made a cameo appearance as Gus Polinski, the polka king of the Midwest. Sadly, today marks the 31st anniversary of Candy's death at the age of 43. From Uncle Buck to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Candy had a gift for making audiences laugh while bringing depth and heart to every role. O'Hara, Candy, and Morissette, well, they comprise a Canadian trio of preternaturally talented individuals. And when it comes to talent, Angela Duckworth is a researcher and author of Grit. She nails it when she says, without effort, your talent is nothing more than unmet potential. You can be a genius at something, but if you don't roll up your sleeves and put in the work, that genius is just potential waiting to be realized. Effort is the magic ingredient that turns dreams into reality and skills into achievements. So whatever you're working toward, whether it's conquering a challenge or mastering something new, show up, put in the effort, and watch that potential turn into something amazing. You want amazing? Imagine getting a letter in the mail. No, not another bill, but a note saying your medical debt has been completely erased. That's the reality for over 1,000 working families in Maine, thanks to a powerhouse partnership between Mainers for Working Families and Undue Medical Debt. These nonprofits teamed up to buy up $1.8 million worth of medical debt for just $12,740, a tiny fraction of what hospitals were chasing. It's a growing trend. Instead of hounding struggling families for money they don't have, charities swoop in and buy the debt for pennies on the dollar, then wipe the slate clean. The impact? Immediate relief for folks buried under medical bills they could never repay. It's a game changer in the fight for financial justice because no one should have to choose between getting better and going broke. And finally, a study has found that pessimistic people actually live longer than optimists, which would be great news for pessimists if they believed in great news. Today's Morovation comes from William Arthur Ward, one of America's most quoted inspirational writers, who reminds us that kindness transcends all barriers. He said, "A warm smile is the universal language of kindness. No need for words. Just a simple smile can bridge cultures, lift spirits, and turn a stranger into a friend." So today, flash those pearly whites. You never know whose day you might brighten. And with that, thank you for tuning in to the Maurologue. Like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, go hold the door open for someone today. Stay strong, stay kind, and keep fighting the good fight.